It is time. Survivor Series is 72 hours away and the wait is over. The card is here, as well as my predictions. And the last time is now bracket is now reaching the home stretch. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Falls Count Anywhere on the Rhode Island Broadcasting Network. Erik Dunn here from Bridgewater, Massachusetts. I am in the bedroom today, as opposed to the couch. Wanted to change up the scenery for 1 week, as I got some company in the living room. So the big thing for WWE is Survivor Series is now going to set the tone for WrestleMania 42 in Vegas. Like everyone says that the Royal Rumble changes it. You know what? The Royal Rumble creates the storyline for um, WrestleMania, but for everyone else behind the scenes, Survivor Series for WWE creates the road to WrestleMania. All I can say is the card doesn't look too bad, and I'm looking forward to telling you guys exactly what it is. So, also let you guys know, three shows are remaining for this year, and they will be on those Wednesdays at 5 on the following platforms: YouTube, Rumble. Where are my platforms? There we go. YouTube, Kick, and Rumble at Rhode Island Broadcasting. On Twitch at RI underscore broadcasting. And on Twitter at broadcasting RI. And then afterwards, podcast it up on Red Circle, Spotify, TuneIn, and iHeart Podcasts at RI Broadcasting. And then please stay tuned to our socials. I believe it is Patreon, Gab, LinkedIn, Space Hay, Blue Sky, MeWe, TikTok, and Parlor at RI Broadcasting. And if you want to help be a financial supporter of this program and help support this channel and this station and this company, support us at rhodeislandbroadcasting.net so you can find a way to join the family. This broadcast at Falls Count Anywhere is the exclusive property of Erik Dunn Productions, Ron Rigo, and Rhode Island Broadcasting. For the use of our audience, any publication, reuse, or redistribution by anyone is not prohibited and is given the express consent to be shared and is greatly appreciated. Okay, going in order. Let's actually do the last time is now bracket real quick because there isn't really that much to go off of that. 16 superstars have begun competing to decide John Cena's final opponents of his career at Saturday night's main event at Capital One Arena in DC on December 13th. Two superstars not signed with WWE, Zack Ryder and Dolph Ziggler, made their surprise entrance in the first round. Sheamus was ruled out due to an injury after his first round win. His replacement in the quarterfinals will be announced this Friday night on SmackDown. So here's what we have. Main event, Jey Uso versus the Bulgarian Brute, Rusev. LA Knight versus a mystery opponent. And then it is Solo Sikoa versus Gunther. That first semifinal match will be, I believe, on. I think that I want to say that'll be next week. Yeah, next week, and we'll see what happens with that. But now, speaking of John Cena, Survivor Series from Petco Park in San Diego. Yes, WWE makes its long anticipated return to San Diego, but for the first time ever, inside Petco Park, the home of the San Diego Padres, Rey and Dominic Mysterio's stomping grounds. This should be interesting. So let's talk about John Cena first. With John now being a Grand Slam champion, My question is he actually going to be able to hold on to this until his final match and possibly retire as the Intercontinental Champion? I don't know. I would love that to happen, but I mean, this is WWE. You know, I mean, you can't really walk in there and be like, okay, so like they'll figure it out. No, I don't think WWE's going to figure it out. Like, it's going to be interesting on seeing what will happen with John. But Ron, you and I kind of spoke about this before we went on air. I think you and I both know where we're going with this. John Cena versus Dom in a rematch. Do you think John's taking it? So for John versus Dom, I think I'm going to pick John. I don't know how you feel about that, but I think you and I were talking about that. Yep, absolutely. Okay, so you and I are on the same page. John will take it from Dom. I believe that as well. And however, let me ask you this. So this won't count as part of the scoring either. While I ask you this, would you mind pulling up the standing sheet as well as the numbers? I believe I think I got like a point on you right now. But while you're doing that, tell me this: do you think that with John? Yep, yep. So I got a point on you. So do you think that with John, do you think he's going to win? Maybe by disqualification, because we both know that the title can only change hands on a pinfall or submission. Do you think John might win due to outside interference? As in, maybe Judgment Day does something stupid and it costs Dom the ability to get it back? Or do you think John wins clean? Because something about that doesn't make sense to me. This isn't a no disqualification match, so whatever happens with Judgment Day, they're going to get involved at some point, right? I don't know. We will have to see. John wins clean. Okay, that's fair. All right, I like that. John wins clean. Okay, I can definitely understand that. All right, now Stephanie Vaquer defending the Women's World Championship against WWE Hall of Famer Nikki Bella. Ron, I think this is another no-brainer. What do you think? I think Stephanie Vaquer is going to retain. I don't see any benefit right now of having Nikki become champion again right now. You agree? All right. No need to go over that one. The Women's War Games match. AJ, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Rhea Ripley, and Io Sky versus Becky Lynch, Asuka, the Kabuki Warriors, Nia Jax, and Lash Legend. What do you think? Charlotte and Alexa's team? You're picking the Kabuki? All right. You're going Kabuki. Okay, so we're gonna split that one. You're gonna go that way. I'm going the other way. I'm going with Charlotte and Alexa with that one. And then finally, the men's War Games match. It's Team Heyman, The Vision, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, and the Beast Incarnate Brock Lesnar versus basically Team Bloodline, except swapping Sammy for Cody. The, the World Heavyweight Champion CM Punk, the WWE Champion, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, both Usos, and the OTC Roman Reigns. Do you think it's going to be them, or do you? So are you picking? Uh, so are you going to pick team champions or Team Heyman? The biggest thing for me with this match is there's a lot of combustible elements here. Brock is going to have to trust his four teammates, and I don't see that happening. Drew, Cody, Roman all have history together. That'll be interesting. So does Punk. Punk and McIntyre inside of War Games. That'll be interesting. Um, but no, like I think I'm going to pick Roman, Cody, Punk, and the Usos. Do you agree, or are you picking Division? Road to victory. So you and I are on the same page for three out of the four. It's just the women's War Games we have that split. Okay, that's fair. Not a problem at all. So, folks, for next week's show, this will be fun. Recapping War Games. The entire card, I'll give it all to you. Um, well, so with that being said, let's go into Erik's thoughts for a quick second here. So my big thing, I just want to bring up to all of you as well, is Patriots got lucky on Sunday. I mean, they just barely escaped a really bad Bengals team. Nine starters went down due to injury combined after this game, and you're basically standing there like, okay, so they're 10-2, but they're still winning. Tell me this: how do you rack up 400 total yards and 26 points and still win with those nine starters out? I'll be honest with you, Drake May, he was not at his best, but he did just enough. He had the pick six, threw the touchdown to Hunter Henry, was close to 300 yards again, but his completion percentage was just over 60%. He needs to get that up a lot higher. He was 22 for 35. Flacco is a lot worse, obviously. Um, but I gotta ask though, how do you guys feel about Marcus Jones? I really like this guy, Marcus Jones. I've loved him for a few years since we got him. Um, that the 5'9" phenom on our defense, who I think is the dark horse of our defensive team as a whole, he's been lights out. I mean, don't forget, this was the AFC's Defensive Player of the Month for October. Keep that in mind. He was October's AFC Defensive Player of the Month. Comes up with a pick six that was so easy. He read that perfect, and a pass deflection on fourth down inside of the red zone that sealed it. Marcus Jones, in my opinion, he's very underrated because he's very undersized, but he makes up that with a lot of heart, with a lot of passion, with a lot of emotion. And you know what? Good on him. We need more of that to survive right now. Because I'll tell you, man, the Pats, I expect them to pull the doors off the Giants at 2-10. They're horrible. They should beat the crap out of them beyond a doubt. Um, excuse me. Then you got what, 13 days off to get ready for the Bills. So I don't even think it will even catch us at this point anymore. Like at this point, I think at this point, if we win on Monday night with the Giants, I think the AFC East is locked up at this point. We'll see. But for the Pats, I'm liking the direction that they're going. I mean, granted, they've gone through their own struggles, they've gone through their own hurdles and setbacks, but I give them a lot of credit. They're doing a lot of things right, even though there's been some mistakes made. Bruins, on the other hand, they're still going through some messes right now. How about Morgan Geeky leading the NHL with the most goals scored right now? Who would have ever thought that? Celtics, they've won 4 out of 5, but they're not the same team I've seen in years prior. They're definitely downgraded in a way. They're making use of what they've got, but it's not easy. Um, and then Red Sox wise, Sonny Gray got signed to a 1-year deal. I'll give you guys my Red Sox thoughts when we enter past once we hit February. Obviously, I got nothing to really talk about them for right now. But I think Patriots wise though, there's a lot of key elements in place. There's a lot of interesting things that have to get tied into the factor here. It's going to be one hell of a fight, and I'm looking forward to seeing what that fight does. Beyond a doubt, it's going to be a fight. It's going to be a war, and it's going to be good. With that being said, next week's broadcast, recapping Survivor Series War Games. We will explain it all, break it all down. It's going to be fun, and I can't wait to tell you exactly what that is. With that being said, I want to wish all of you out there, on behalf of myself and Rodrigo and all of us at Rhode Island Broadcasting, I want to wish you guys a very, very happy Thanksgiving. Definitely be safe. Enjoy the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade for those watching it tomorrow morning. Have your eggnog on standby. Unfortunately, I don't have mine yet because it was a little early for me, but that'll be on my list when I go grocery shopping come December for sure because eggnog doesn't last forever. So something to keep in mind. Swapping out the milk for eggnog for a little while. You know what I'm saying? But no, I wish all of you have a good turkey day. And this is Erik Dunn saying so long and thank you from my home in Bridgewater, Massachusetts. This has been a presentation of False Count Anywhere on the Rhode Island Broadcasting Network. I'll see you guys in December with 3 shows remaining. We're getting down to the wire as another year is ending upon us just that fast. Hope everyone enjoys it. Be safe, and thank you for watching as well as listening.